The Senate Intelligence Committee has invited top spy and law enforcement officials to testify Wednesday at a hearing about the federal law governing foreign intelligence collection. Meantime, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham speaking out, saying he may have been surveilled by the Obama administration. So what's being done to crack down on the unmasking of Americans for political purposes, if indeed that happened? Joining us right now, Kentucky Senator Rand Paul, who was the first senator to come out as a possible victim of surveillance under the Obama administration. Senator, have your concerns about this been raised over the last few weeks?
Yes, and I've sent several letters. I've sent letters to the Senate Intelligence Committee, the House Intelligence Committee, and also to the White House asking, have political figures, were presidential candidates unmasked by the Obama administration? If the Obama administration used intelligence for political purposes, this is a really, really serious abuse of power and must be investigated. There are rumors swirling about Susan Rice. There are rumors now swirling about Samantha Powers. So we need to know, were they actually looking into people's phone calls for political purposes? If that happened, really, we have to do something about it. We cannot live in fear of our own intelligence community.
Senator, why would they look into you? Why would they look to unmask Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky?
I have no idea, because I really, don't have any ties to Russia, surely. I don't believe I've met the ambassador. I might have met him once at a reception. But, for them to even draw any link from me to any foreign country would be a real stretch. I don't know why they would have, unless it were political purposes.
Susan Rice has been so out front and did a Sunday show this Sunday. If she wants to continue to say, I won't come in front of Congress, that's not going to stand. If she's going to speak publicly, why not to you guys?
Yeah, that is a real question. But the other thing about this is careful logs, I am told, are kept of all of this. So if Susan Rice unmasked anybody, we should have a record of it. But it goes beyond even the top echelon. We had an NSA security analyst, a low-level analyst, recently caught revealing documents. And we just can't have everybody in the intelligence community. They have such power to suck up every bit of every transmission, every communication we ever made. We can't just have them willy-nilly releasing that to the public. So General Flynn's conversation was released. That may not have been up at Susan Rice. She may have unmasked them, but it may well have been analysts down lower. All of them have to be found, and I guarantee there's a paper or a computer trail of who released these documents and who released these conversations.
You're talking about a 25-year-old private contractor hired by the NSA who hates Donald Trump, loves Bernie Sanders, and leaked out information about how Russians may or may not have hacked into certain voting machines on Election Day. I'm just thinking that this doesn't start and end with her. Should there be massive polygraphs of all these private contractors?
Something has to be done, and that's one option. I can say what really concerns me is when Chuck Schumer, who's one of the people who get intelligence, there's only 8 people in Congress that really know even a tenth of what's going on. When Chuck Schumer said that President Trump needs to be worried that the CIA can get him 6 ways to Sunday, that is alarming, because Chuck Schumer is one of the 8 congressmen or senators that's privileged to know at least a small amount of what's going on in our intelligence community. We cannot live in fear of our own intelligence community. So, yes, absolutely, from top to bottom, we need a reform, and we need to go in and say the American people need to have oversight of this, because we cannot let them listen to legislators' phone calls. We can't let them listen to the president's phone calls and blackmail the president. Something has to change.
And Rand Paul, you were the first on the record to cite concerns about the NSA. And now, sadly, your concerns are coming true with that revelation that came out yesterday. Senator Paul, always a great guest. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Straight ahead.